today, family members. We are now reached the last league game of IPL 2025, and we know one playoff team in the top two. We know the one playoff team in the eliminator. Today, you will come to know who's the second and the third team. Now, basically, it's a simple equation for RCB. If they win, it's Punjab versus RCB in qualifier 1. It's GT versus MI in the eliminator. But if RCB lose, then it is MI versus RCB in the eliminator, followed by PBKS versus GT in the qualifier. So basically, this is the way how the IPL has shaped up to be. At the very last day, you will find out who are your second and third teams. So RCB versus LSG, that is the contest that you're going to look at the Ekana Stadium today. It's the last league game of IPL 2025. And then from 29th onwards, 28th or 29th onwards, you're going to see the playoffs. 29th is qualifier 1, 30th is eliminator, 1st is qualifier 2, and 3rd is the grand IPL final. So it is going to be a very, very interesting battle as to how it develops. RCB, they did have a bad loss at the Ekana Stadium against Sunrisers Hyderabad. But then against Lucknow Super Giants, a team that has underwhelmed, although in the previous game they did beat the Gujarat Titans. They will be looking to make it 2 wins against the top-ranked sides that are there. So that's why RCB versus LSG is important in determining who will be number 2 and number 3. Now, as we have always mentioned, qualifier 1, teams that have been in qualifier 1 have won most of the time. Teams that have been in eliminator have not won many times. So that's why it is very vital that RCB do not slip up. Otherwise, if they take on Mumbai Indians, looking at the eliminator, RCB might find themselves in a bit of a pickle. So that's why it is hopeful that RCB could win today against the Lucknow Super Giants. Now, as far as the other development is concerned, BCCI has decided to invite all the chiefs of the armed forces, even the CDS also, Air Force, Navy, and the Army, for honoring them in the closing ceremony of IPL in the aftermath of what has happened in Operation Sindoor. So because of that, in Operation Sindoor, the heroics of the armed forces, the Navy, the Air Force, and the armed forces, BCCI has decided to honor them in the closing ceremony. Now, Devajit Saikia has told Sports Today that yes, an invitation has been given to all of the army chiefs, the army chief, the Air Force chief, and the Navy chief. The invitation has been given, but whether they will accept it, whether they have the time to come for doing this, that they will confirm in the next few days. So that's the plan that the BCCI have got in the closing ceremony that's going to happen in the final at Ahmedabad. All the 3 armed forces of the nation will be honored, and also the CDS is also expected to arrive, the Combined Defense Staff. So that's why it is going to be a big, big occasion, the final, the closing ceremony, to honor the heroes of Operation Sindoor. Then when you look at the other sporting developments that have happened, Gukesh has gotten off to a bad start at Norwegians. He was in a drawish position, held Magnus Carlsen for a long time, but then and move number 46, the Queen at 6 move ensured that it was a blunder. Magnus then, in a brilliant endgame, he is the endgame beast. He managed to ensure that he manipulated the point at this stage. He manipulated every single thing, and that is why it is going to be very, very interesting at this point. Then, as far as the Junior World Cup is concerned, in the ISSF Junior World Cup, it is going to be India's dominance. They have topped the medals tally in the ISSF Junior World Cup, and that is a big, big development for India. Shooting, as we know, has given India glory in the past. Now it is going to give you further glory in the past, in the future as well. So ISSF Junior World Cup, India have managed to secure the top medals tally at this stage. The Asian Athletics Championship is also going to happen, and it is now seeing that you're seeing most of the Indians are qualifying for the finals of the major tournaments. Some have already secured the medals. So the Asian Athletics Championship is going to see plenty of drama, plenty of action that is going to happen at this point in time. So that is, and as far as Norway Chess Day 2 is concerned, Gukesh is going to take on Arjun Erigaisi in the second round that's happening today. Yesterday, only Fabiano Caruana and Gukesh lost outright. Caruana lost to Nakamura and Gukesh lost to Carlson. So today, it's going to be the all-Indian clash between Gukesh and Arjun Erigaisi. That will be very, very important, determining how they proceed in Norway chess. Remember, it's a double round robin. So that's why after this stage, after playing the first 5 rounds, you'll then play the next 5 rounds at this point in time. So this is going to be a big, big day as far as sporting action is concerned. Now I'll take some comments. Ram Bantu, why is morning news been done at afternoon? Around 8 a.m. time should be fine, I think. Ram Bantu, unfortunately, you do not know what the situation is. We all come back from the IPL after finishing our shift at 2 a.m. To kind of get up and do the morning rap at that point in time is very, very difficult. Yes, but we will try and ensure that it is done at 8 a.m. But then unfortunately at 8 a.m. we have seen there isn't much of traction at all. People just don't wake up at 8 a.m. to ensure that they see the morning news. So Ram Bantu, understand our situation as well. We operate until 2 a.m. in the night. And once you come home, you don't get to sleep that early as well. So that is why when you come home, you immediately don't get sleep. So you sleep by 3:30, and then you waking up at 8 after 4.5 hours of sleep. Just not possible, my friend. Just not possible. Rinku's freaking awesome saying. Rinku's form has been a concern. Would you continue with him, or India need to groom some other finisher? Hardik can do the finishing job. Would you groom Vipraj instead of going with Bishnoi? Again, Vipraj too early. He hasn't given me that much of confidence to ensure that he will be your all-time good finisher. He needs to play in lot more IPLs to ensure, and lot more domestic tournaments to ensure that he makes it to the India team. Just one season, knee-jerk reaction, it's just not happening for Vipraj Nigam. And that's why, unfortunately, let us look at the finishing role. Yes, Rinku Singh not doing well. Hardik Pandya maybe could be the finisher's role, but then let's see how India progress in August onwards, because from August you'll be building up to the IPL 2025, to the World T20 in 2026. So that is going to be very, very interesting at this stage. Kindly interview Pratika Rawal. She's a superstar in the making. We will try. We can only try. Breja Prasad Paridhi is saying, why there is only 2 tests versus New Zealand in 2026 WTC cycle? New Zealand will play many 3-match and 4-match tests versus Australia, but that is how the BCCI and every broadcaster wants to ensure India do well, because 2 test matches in New Zealand, look at the time, 3 a.m. Who will watch? That's the problem. 2 test matches is the only way that is going forward to, because of the New Zealand time that's there. Cool, Pan. I'm wondering who deserves more to win the IPL. Is it PBKS or RCB, considering these teams are not worried at all? Well, it's going to be very, very interesting. If it's PBKS RCB in the final, first time winners are guaranteed. Both teams deserve it. We can't say that New Zealand only played 2 tests. Virija Prasad, I just explained. Timing. 3 a.m. IST, you are not going to ensure that this is going to happen. So that's why. Virija Prasad, again, this WTC cycle, India will play 18 tests, New Zealand will play 17 tests. We can't say New Zealand doesn't play tests. They have a 4-match test series in Australia in December 2026. But South Africa play very less than that. See, Birija Prasad. Let's make one thing clear here. When was the last time New Zealand played a 4-test series? It was way back, 20, 30 years ago. Now they are playing a 4-test series. They don't play that many 3-test series. Why? Broadcaster viability. I think Priyanshu, LSG might win. I'm going to watch the match. Well, good luck, Priyanshu, for ensuring. Well, hope LSG, your team, and RCB, when you look at it, hope RCB wins at this point. And again, Ram Bantu, Rohit hasn't given retirement in ODI, so we will see him in the next ODI World Cup, keeping his age of around 42 by that time in mind. I think no Indian played ODI World Cup at 42. He will not turn 42, my friend. He'll turn 40. Because Rohit is 38 and World Cup happens in 2027, not 2029. So yes, I think you will see him in the ODI World Cup of 2027 at the age of 40. Is Tim David available? I don't think so. I really don't think so, Priyanshu. Cool, Panel. Rohit call it quits if after this year's IPL, am I go on to win? No, he won't. Who do you think will win between South Africa and Australian WTC final? Pawan Suresh. Australia, they look good. Freaking, the reason why I said Vipraj is that India's T20 side is most likely looks like this: Jaiswal, Abhishek, Sanju, Tilak, Sky, Hardik, Aksar, Varun, NKR, or a spin all-rounder, Arshdeep and Bumrah. Priyanshu, Tim Seifert could be. How Sudarshan and Jaiswal warm the bench in ODIs? Too many people for too few spots. India should focus on Harry Brook, Ben Duckett and Ben Stokes more than Joe. They should focus on everybody. So that's how the situation is. So the final league game today is happening. RCB versus Lucknow Super Giants. Winner will face Punjab Kings in qualifier 1. If RCB lose that, they will face Mumbai Indians in the eliminator on the 30th. Both are happening in Mullapur. Qualifier 2 and final is happening in Ahmedabad at this stage. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis, and don't forget to tap that bell icon so that when we go live, we will try and be early as soon as possible for the morning grab. But as I told you, 2 a.m. when you come back home, and then you get to sleep only at 3, and then you have to get up at 8 and do it. Not possible. But noted. Your predictions for Hikaru versus Magnus. Sanket Jaikar, Gujarat reached Mullapur. Yes, there is a photo in which Yuvraj Singh has been seen with the Gujarat Titans camp in Mullapur. So let's see. Mullapur Railway, New Chandigarh. Yuvraj Singh has just come down and spent a couple of days with the Gujarat Titans team, especially with Shubman Gill, to ensure that he does well. So bye-bye, folks. See you. Stay safe and take care.